Yes. You okay there? Of course.
How many years have you been in Her Lady's service?
I have been in Her Lady's service. He considers for a bit. For full time being here, I have served this mansion longer than I have served her.
Oh.
Yes, I am 173.
Oh.
Out of character,
shit.
is that just like, can normal people live that long because
No.
of crazy animal DNA? Okay.
Some of them can. Jellyfish people can. You know that the jellyfish goddess does occasionally bereft some with long life, though it is a rather rare thing and given to only the most loyal of servants.
This guy's a ghost.
Essentially, he's kind of like a jellyfish ghost. You are aware, however, that the process which gives people long life is not known for lasting too long. They say that the process, while it does allow for someone to have a body as fit as the youngest of their ages, the same is not true for what is said of their brain.
Oh.
And the man in front of you seems to have been alive for a long time. It is a slight note, but he seems to have been incredibly focused a lot of his life here. You imagine that many of the memories in his head from times when he was not in the palace are gone. This is his life in its entirety.
Oh.
Memories fading except the ones reinforced day and day. It is almost something that makes you feel a splash of pity for the man, as if wondering if his existence is truly happy in this place. That's washed away as soon as he starts talking. Look at these statues! Gaze upon them! These are glorious things! The 3 statues crafted of silver, iron, and bronze gold! These are soldiers. They seem pretty interesting. Their armor styles are actually, interestingly enough, not of a modern era. They seem to be of a style that was present a lot more when Rauji was not a unified country and they shared a lot of weapons, strategies, and culture with its surrounding neighbors. It homogenized into one group, all of the peoples in that group forming into a singular, just culture, and at which point they kind of began pushing further away from their neighbors. But this, truly statues of men from antiquity. This is all something Sasano explains. Do you appreciate these? I made this one! He points over at the goldish bronze ones.
I had no idea you were an artiste yourself!
Of course! How else would I become a champion of the jellyfish goddess? My swordsmanship and my artistry, unparalleled by any, besides, of course, the magistrate I serve loyally. She has so generously kept up a single of my exhibits. I appreciate such things.
Huh. Yeah, these are pretty good.
Thank you. He seems a little put down by that. Just that sentence of affirmation, and he looks towards Junya for support.
I do have becoming independent of remorse, which means I inflict +1 to morale damage against opponents I damage emotionally.
Alright. He turns a gaze over to Junya for support of his own magnum opus.
So does, Roll20 assets are obviously somewhat limiting.
Yeah.
Does this statue look more or less identical to these two in-universe?
No, they look slightly different. They're all wearing similar armor. They're like armor pieces, but the actual armor looks a little different, yeah.
Okay, so it's not like he was like, oh, here are some statues. I can exactly reproduce this with no artistic addition of my own. Okay.
No, it's,
I trace these.
I trace these.
Marvelous. Simply marvelous. It reminds me of some of the finest works I've seen in the capital.
Please tell me more.
Oh, I'm afraid... Well, if you want to know, my history with the capital. You'll have to ask your mistress, for I fear it is too painful a subject for me to dwell on myself.
I see. I understand. I hope my art can heal your wounds very slightly.
Oh, simply that you would try. You're a good man, a faithful servant, and a kindred spirit.
He seems full of step again. Of course, the other room. I shall take you to the other room. Okay.
You know, I just realized. Perhaps there's something that only you could truly understand.
Tell me, and I shall answer to the best of my abilities.
Oh boy.
Junya takes out the scroll talking about the painter's blade.
Oh my god. Yes.
I've only come upon this lore but recently.
Let me gaze upon it. I am from the southeastern side of Raoji, as it seems to boast it is from.
Dale pulling out a knife.
This style, it's perfection itself.
This style, it is perfection itself. Oh, but I do not recognize it. I am sorry. I have been in this place for years upon years. If this style were to exist, I have not heard of it, or mayhaps I have forgotten. My memory is not what it used to be.
Yeah, it's pretty obscure.
They're kind of underground still.
Yeah, it's pretty underground. You might not have heard of it.
Hipster Hideo.
Yeah. He kind of pushes his glasses up that he doesn't.
Pops the collar of his grunge flannel shirt.
Yeah.
Of course. To create and destroy with a sword? I have never thought of that. To me, swords are always weapons for killing, but to create with them... Only a master would think of such things.
Perhaps it is my destiny to become such a master.
Oh lord.
I wish the greatest of luck upon you. You may not need it, but yet, I wish it anyways.
It means the world to me.
Oh?
You are an old soul. We may only have just met, but I feel like I've known you for an eternity.
Yes, Mr. Junya. I feel the same way. Come, let me show you more statues.
Hideo, I want one.
Statue?
No. He turns away and walks off dramatically.
Oh, a ghost.
Ghosts are a lot of responsibility, Junya.
Yeah.
You say that now, but I'm the one who's gonna have to feed him.
Yeah.
You have to walk your ghost.
Oh my god, there's so many.
He moves forward again, stepping in the center. And yet more! These of stone and masonry and marble. These statues. To take the next era, a transition of the way fighting took place. Maces and shields to spears to swords. All of these weapons, Raoji. The founding of the country, using them. Truly fantastic.
Yeah, these are pretty good too.
Yeah, these are pretty nice. Roll more emotional damage.
Fuck him up.
What do you think of these statues, Junya?
You must save my life.
Yes, these are okay.
Street Fighter death noise. Yes, I see. Maces, clubs. I must confess, I find them ungainly, brutish weapons. I am glad to see that these are relics of the past.
Of course. History is important.
Indeed. Only with this context can we truly appreciate the beauty that we have come to know in the present.
Yes.
1,000 years of refinement and craft.
Of course. Culture. And art. the pillars of our society.
Pillars that we stand upon, that raise us up to the heavens!
To the heavens! Of course. Yes, yes. These statues always remind me of why I fight, why I stay vigil over this grand palace. And you remind me of the other half. To keep these things preserved for those who would truly appreciate fine art.
Looks at Hideo.
I mean, yeah, they're pretty good. Like, they're good statues. They're alright.
Like cleaning your teeth.
Yeah, I'm like poking it.
If you excuse me, I must take a seat. He wanders off. He just kind of shuffles off.
I'm going to go drown myself.
He climbs into a room and just disappears and closes the door behind him.
Oh no! He's gonna go climb into a closet and curl up.
Sumiye speaks up. Well, I guess, we don't have an escort anymore. Anywhere else you want to go?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Take the lead, Hideo.
Whoa, where did you even go? Hideo's just like, follow me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty sure it was this way.
From now on, ninjas, instead of like switching with a log, they just make that pop sound.
There was something that caught my eye earlier.
Oh, something I hope of comparable beauty?
Indeed. It was in the bathroom.
Oh. Are you okay?
Yep.
No?
Oops.
Oh.
Palace is so big.
Yeah, it's a really big house. Hey, wasn't the bathroom...
Yeah, the bathroom's back up this way.
Oh, She sees him going up to private residence. She stops for a moment. She considers... Oh, Junya!
Yes!
Have you seen the inscribings on the tree in the garden?
I did not!
Let's go take a look at the trees, the inscribings in the trees in the garden.
Now you know, the magistrate's wife did say she had a second, even more impressive garden.
We probably shouldn't go that far. But I mean, look at this. They have little symbols and things on into there.
My lord, I think I found it.
Take me to the garden!
It's up this way.
Sumiye contemplates. She, grabs her chin. Oh, he didn't want him? Oh, that's new.
I heard the noises that one could only assume would be the noises that are made in a very fine garden just right up here.
Oh, okay. Sumiye looks like the small little lore of her relationships with everyone and everything seems to have shattered for a moment, and she confusingly takes step upwards, following Hideo as they take movement towards her room.
Bless you, Sumiye.
Trying.
Here, my lord, I believe it's in here.
This is...
Dare I cross the threshold into this
Yeah, go
grim
ahead.
reminder of the all-too recent, deplorable past?
Please do.
Fucking do it.
I knew I would have to cross this threshold someday.
Go in, bitch.
He kind of shuts one eye, slides the door aside. Garden, I have come.
Oh, she looks over. Look, a garden. She points at the flowers.
Oh, Sumiye.
Hideo?
Oh, there's another one
Wait.
over there.
Wait a minute. My lord, something seems wrong.
Indeed, this hardly fits the description of a garden.
How silly of me. I must have gotten it confused with some other noises. I swore I heard the noises of a garden in here. Wait. No, I hear other noises. Noises of danger. Do you hear them, my lord?
This- He's still looking around. Hideo.
Whoever's there, show yourself!
You hear movement again as, slowly emerging out. Oh, it's you fine boys again. Hello. I'm afraid you can't be in here. I'd have to ask you to leave. Would you please abide?
If there's scarcely a garden to be had, Hideo, tell me honestly, were you fibbing to me?
Huh? Never! Never, but now that we're here...
She steps forward. Please, please, just leave. There's nothing of value in here for you.
You didn't mention that you lived in the castle earlier. Perhaps you are some manner of thief sneaking around? That's shameful.
She blinks. No, I'm not. Sumiye points. That doesn't sound too convincing.
She's gonna get
Would
killed.
the lady of the manor know that you're here?
Yes, she would. No, she wouldn't. Wait, no. That's it. Her hair comes to life. It seems to spill out from her body, whipping into the air, and begins to charge forward at you.
Oh shit!
Lunging forward like whips, the hair begins to entangle itself across the floor. All of you get entangled in this hair that seems to whip around and wrap up and hold you down against the ground in a massive torrent.
You can clearly hear the sound of a sword unsheathing, but it's actually a knife. And I'm gonna try to cut through it as quickly as I can.
You slice up. Entire clumps of hair seem to fall off the floor. You and your immediate neighbor, so Junya, are free.
Oh, goodness!
And with that, a bit enraged by you destroying her perfect hair, she just kind of releases a loud, snarling howl, and more hair just seems to pour out of her robes and charges forward, once more attempting to down you all and just an entire clump of hair.
Your hair is beautiful, but I don't want it quite as much in my personal space as it currently occupies. He kind of got knocked over by the first round of hair, and his one of his parasols fell out of the pack onto the ground. So, having freed himself just a little, he kind of works his way over to it, steps on it, and it looks like nothing's gonna happen. In fact, he almost trips over it, but he manages to hit the button on its base. It turns out it's no mere parasol. It immediately springs open to be lying with the shaft sort of at an angle and the head of the parasol into the floor, and it suddenly it starts moving on its own and whipping around like a lawnmower with one bad wheel. Basically just cutting in a circle as blades sprout from it and going and just cutting a swath through this hair. As the hair gets and becomes like a whirlwind of just like tiny hair fragments, like your worst fucking nightmare if you've just had a haircut and it's like there's like shit all over the place. Junya emerges from the maelstrom of black hair, the bladed parasol now held in his hand, and he swings it around the yokai's head in a single arc that does not cut through her, but instead basically severs the hair directly at the scalp, leaving her functionally bald with like a crew cut, basically.
She's got like a little Charlie Brown, a single little Charlie Brown.
Passes through and lands behind her in a cool single strike pose.
Hair bursts out like blood. Like the splash, like an Eason move. That just... she scatters, crawling on the ground, yelling, "No! No! No!" She goes out the window, and just seems to just crawl away in the night, kind of like a wild animal, leaving behind a massive hair upon the floor in all areas. The room is coated.
Ugh. Well, that's worrisome.
That is.
I wonder what she was here protecting. Looks for notebook.
It's straight over here.
You know, regardless of her motives, obviously it was unacceptable for her to envelop and strangle us, but, I thought you accused her of being the thief.
She is! Continues rifling through things.
I wonder who... She looks, sees a name in Yuuko's, journal listed up here on the desk. Oh, this is Yuuko's room! Oh, she was defending Yuuko's room.
What? Why would that be?
I'm not sure. Could it be that she's, working with yokai? She kind of, leans in to Junya, Do you think so, Junya?
Conspiracy!
Oh.
My goodness. I'm terribly sorry I doubted your judgment, Hideo, although, that being said, you should learn what a garden looks like. I will show you a proper one when we are home.
I just thought I heard the noises.
Then I will have to show you what a garden sounds like. As for you, Sumiye, I'm sorry we brought you into this unknown danger.
Yeah, it's okay. I didn't get to do anything. I kind of lost. I'll be a little more careful just in case we break into a fight again.
I'm already kind of poking through the journal to see what information there is in it.
So you notice this one. You get the feeling looking through this one. It's hardly written in. It's not really. You lose interest very quickly. This doesn't seem like a real journal.
Right.
It seems like she put this one out visibly. The other one is probably in the room.
Yep. I go back to digging.
All right, you dig through. And you start poking around, doing a routine, very scrutinizing check.
Let me see. And I'm going to use To Cheat Is To Win to start breaking apart the bottoms, while looking for them, to look for any secret compartments.
It's a long process. You break through every one of them, and the entire time you're rushing. Both because Junya is kind of talking behind Eri, just you don't want to get this done quickly because of that, but mostly because you want to get this done before Yuuko's performance ends and she perhaps comes back to her room, since that's what she did last time, and it seems like the thing you do reasonably when you hate everyone in your building. So you keep looking through, working quickly, and continue trying to find a notebook. And eventually, right beneath the third cabinet, all the way in the left, at the very bottom, you open up a cabinet, and not hidden in a secret compartment there, but at the very, very bottom, underneath the stand, there's an opening. You reach down in there, and you find a notebook listed in there. Pulling it out, it looks almost identical to the notebook on the desk there, except this one has more wear. There are some pages that are a little loose, it seems to have a more rugged cover, and opening up, it is absolutely covered in writing.
Uh-huh. And so, I've just got this out, and I'm kind of rifling through, just kind of scanning the words as quickly as I can.
You rifle through backwards to find the most recent entries and get the most prevalent information. This is a rather scathing. This is the emptying of one's own mind, a true hidden journal, and it is covered with the true thoughts of Yuuko. It is covered with anger, disdain, rage, disappointment, depression, and above all else, purpose. There seems to be something she's doing. Something that you've already known, but this is all the proof you need. You confirm real quickly by looking over at this other notebook. It's the same handwriting. This is hers. And just by looking, you found quite a lot of mentions. She's fully aware, and going back to a few dates, you find her listing and scheduling the festival, fully knowing what would occur, and planning for it, searching for it, preparing for this day, preparing for tomorrow evening. Everything has been calculated, her thoughts down. You get a strange sense of both purpose, yet this is almost like... It reads like something like a stress item, something that someone would take and write in to enable to control themselves to move forward. A lot of these motions you see in here, both the anger and everything like that, seem like they're coming from someone who has, for a long time, been putting this down to keep up their play. When wondering why someone would write a journal like this, to write an incriminating journal, you know, at least from research and just plenty of riflings before, these things keep sanity. And despite a bit of the guilt hidden in between the pages, mostly anger comes off this page, and that seems to have translated rather well to the kind of experience you've seen and the kind of plans that she has. This is damning evidence.
Well, I think it's safe to say that Yuuko is our arm. After reading through this, take a look.
Sumiye kind of peeks in with Junya and takes a look at the book.
I must say I'm disappointed. I thoroughly enjoyed her performance. What could drive an artist's soul to such depravity? Oh, it's right here.
Yeah, it's here.
He looks at an entry that's like, I feel myself being driven to depravity.
Yeah, essentially.
And this is why.
Yeah.
There are plenty of mentions. It would take a while to search through to find all of the reasonings, but as enough for evidence, this is exactly all you need. You just need to point to the most recent few diary entries, and it'd be proof enough to get Yuuko arrested. To sit down and read this, it would take some time. It is a packed journal, and doing so inside of Yuuko's room occurs to everyone to maybe not be the best thing to do.
Indeed. Especially with all of this hair and broken boards.
Yeah.
And all of this stuff. I think we should be off.
Yes. Let's go quickly.
I'll hold on to the journal.
Alright. You all prepare to leave. Buru and Shou, you were both sitting here, and it seems that finally, after about 20 more minutes of performance,
the same song over.
yeah. She ends it with a nice finale, and then bows again, and moves her head up, and with a sincere-sounding, but horribly unsincere to you, Buru, action, she says, I apologize for my earlier outburst, and I hope you've enjoyed the music. Thank you for coming far and wide to listen to my shamisen. Thank you.
Buru claps very loudly.
Everyone else does as well. And then she turns, the magistrate turns. Now then, darling, if you'd like to prepare for your routine, please do. If any guests would like to take a break, please feel free to. I will take one as well. She walks out a different door and seems to head somewhere in the mansion.
Yeah, Buru stands up. Shou, are you gonna stick around for this, or,
Shrugs.
Well, you're welcome to follow me if you like.
She stands up and does so.
Yeah, come on. He goes around the table and, approaches Yuuko.
She's actually kind of steps outside for a moment. But you do manage to stop her once you ask her name again, once you get outside into the garden.
Yeah. Ms. Yuuko.
She turns a bit, holding her shamisen lightly in her hands, and then, kind of standing still. Ah, yes. Buru, Shou.
That was lovely.
She holds herself. Of course. It was, I try to make all my shows quite lovely.
It was, just kind of nice because, Shou here, I guess, adopted niece? Is that what we are?
Shou thinks about it for a second and then nods.
Yeah. In any case.
I had thought it was some master-student arrangement upon first glance, but I assume not.
I'm a little too old for training.
You seem quite youthful and full of energy, Mr. Buru.
I'm glad you think so. But, I wanted to thank you for playing that kind of music because, Shou here has a hard time expressing herself sometimes and, helped us figure out, she's having a bit of a trouble. So, thank you.
Your first song was nice. She just says, nodding.
Thank you.
I'm also pleased to see that you played from the heart. I'm just sorry it was sad.
Well, sometimes music is sad. Sometimes people are sad. That's simply how it is. And I do my best to play music that the people want. After all, that's a true value of art, is the appreciation of art, is it not?
That's true, but I've always been in a personal mentality, and let's be real, he gestures to himself, I'm no artiste by any stretch of the imagination, nor do I have very good eyes for these things. But I think it's pretty damn important to make sure that you like what you're doing and not just doing it because other people like it.
Yes. Yes, I hold that very, very close to my heart as well. I think it is very important for someone to do the path that is true for them. The path that has been outlined by their own life, the things they wish to accomplish, the things they enjoy. I think sadness is a result of not being able to do that. Though, they say that some people, even in the midst of success, and the absolute peak of their artistic careers, they still feel sad at the end of the day. Do you wonder why that is, Mr. Buru?
I'm not too sure.
I've thought about it quite a bit. I think maybe it has something to do with perhaps them not fully understanding what they wanted. Maybe they don't really enjoy all the fame and stuff they got from their climb because it wasn't something for them. It wasn't true to themselves. But I can assure you that I do enjoy my time here, and I enjoy playing for all of these people, including you. It truly is a wonderful life.
Ms. Yuuko, I don't mean to come off as rude, especially because I've already been rude to you during our first meeting. I have a pretty good eye for people, at least. You don't seem happy. And he gestures back into the room. And considering the magistrate's wife is, it's a real piece of work. Yeah, sorry, I don't buy that. So...
Shou's like over in the corner. She's scratching her head. I'm kind of confused. You guys are going on about sad this and sad that. Maybe I misread the song. Wasn't that like... Focuses up, face screws up. Wasn't that a really angry song? Like, is that just me? If I read the song wrong, I'm sorry, I'm not an artist either, but it was... She, like, sort of clutches her chest for a moment. It was a song that was like, something that was once there was gone, and rather than, like, the normal melancholy, I guess, that you'd feel there, instead it was like... I don't know. It made me want to tip things over. It made me want to cut something up, and I don't get like that too easily. I don't feel that much too easily. It's always just an inkling, but that was like a raging fire, something billowing out of control. I don't know if I'm on base here. I'm sorry. I might be speaking too much about this.
Yuuko turns to you and gives you a smile that is as sweet as poison, and she says, "No, I think you're quite intuitive, Shou. Are you sure you're not an artist?"
No. Every time people talk about art where it's like who it's for and like, I don't know, why you live your life as an artist for the benefit of others, it just goes over my head. I'm just somebody who knows how to swing a sword around, and that's nice. It's simple. If art's something bigger than that, I don't think it's something I'll ever grasp, but when I was listening to that song, I thought for a second maybe it's something I could understand, because for a second there, that song felt like a weapon. It was something I could get. She says, nodding.
Yuuko releases a very, very light chuckle at something. Yes, I suppose that you could consider it a weapon. Is there anything else?
That was just nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm glad that there could be some pleasantries before... Well, you have a wonderful night.
You too.
She begins stepping forward a bit, and you three have emerged back up here.
All right. Are these doors?
Yes, they are. There's a door right here.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I think the garden's here. Open.
You step into a side room. Dodging in, you close the door, and you hear Yuuko taking steps out. And when you turn around, you see a room that defies the very purpose of this palace. It is simple. Simple matted floor, surrounding walls, a sword in the corner, a simple dojo.
I suppose you're going to tell me that those swords were making a garden racket?
My lord, I think I actually saw, somebody on their way over to that room. You know, the one we just came from.
Oh, that's unfortunate. We haven't had a chance to clean up all that hair yet.
I think they've got it.
I think we might want to do something very quickly.
Yeah. If my understanding of the map of this place is solid, that will definitely take us to a garden.
Yes, that will take us to a garden, won't it?
You'll be able to see a new garden. You'll be able to see an old garden from a new perspective, my lord.
Oh. You just know how to say these charming things.
What can I say?
Sumiye kind of looks a bit at the sword in the corner, then shuffles back this way. Okay, yeah, let's go. You three step once more out, moving back outside.
See the two of them over on the other side of the garden, and I'm just like, wow, yeah, those sword statues were really realistic in there.
Oh, rats. If you're already out here, I can only assume we've missed the rest of the performance.
Yeah, she actually just went back to her room, I'm guessing.
She played the same song like 7 times.
Sure did.
That'd be our cue to leave. I just sort of give Buru a knowing glance.
Ah, yeah, I think it's about time we headed back to the inn. Gotta turn in. Maybe get ourselves a dinner that suits your stomach a little better, and not to mention, if we hit the hay early, we can enjoy tomorrow's festivities earlier.
Yeah, about those. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. Hey, where's your creepy friend? Buru looks around for Susano.
I don't know. He went to bed early. He was kind of a weird guy.
Did you lay him to rest?
Oh, no, nothing like that.
Kinda wish you did. That guy is freaky.
Oh no, he was nice.
He was thoroughly charming.
He's a kind old man.
Now,
pretty good statue maker too.
Yeah, pretty alright.
I didn't get a chance to see him.
I don't mean to be a parasol in the mud, but
Huh?
is it really time for us to go and rest on our laurels? I feel as though the hair incident may set things into motion.
Hair incident?
Well, yeah, that does seem like something that we should explain to our friends in a place that isn't. Well, you know, you might be right. All right, so it's pretty obvious that Yuuko is our target. She is. We can all but confirm. I pull the notebook out that she is an arm of the squid. How do we want to handle this? We can handle it here, where
Ooh.
Everyone's going to be asking us a lot of questions.
I don't know if that's a good decision.
Yeah, or we could try to move.
Lure
Try to
her?
move out. Yeah, we could try to lure her out elsewhere.
Well, it seems as though she has at least one co-conspirator among the yokai. If we simply leave now, who's to say she won't put her plans into motion early?
Maybe there's a timing thing.
Yeah, she did say that she was planning on doing it tomorrow, but if we don't stop her now, she might push the timetable forward. That said, all of the yokai probably haven't made it to town yet. It's a tough call. Wouldn't want to do anything too crazy here in the castle though, unless we informed the lady of the castle about her plans.
That could be worth it, but if we do that, that kicks us off immediately. But then we could probably get the guards' assistance.
We'd also have to explain how we came across those, and there was a little bit of confusion behind that.
It is always easier to ask for forgiveness than permission, and considering the evidence that would be provided and the fact that it would prevent this ceremony from becoming a bit of a murder fest, I think they'd be more than willing to let it slide. I'm optimistic, at least.
Yeah.
Is there any way that we could, I don't know, Shou, seems to be, this seems to be throwing her off of her game a bit. Could we convince her to, not? I mean, we've got evidence now.
I was honestly kind of hoping that, if possible. But seeing as her room's trash, she might be a little bit of Spitfire.
She's probably in her room now looking for her journal. There's no way out of that room besides that window. We wanna do that now. Don't have a better opportunity.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Oh, she's going! She's going!
If we want to talk to her, now would be the right time.
Yeah. Oh boy. Buru peeks around the corner oh god, is she coming running out with a sword?
It's a long hallway.
Shou, do you really want to go first? I mean, this could get, for a better term, this could get hairy.
Oh, you don't even know.
Yeah, unaware of that, Shou turns around. Oh, why not? Sure. She stops.
Yeah. Just in case she's waiting for us, I'd rather get stuck than you.
Alright. You, all begin moving inside the room then, correct?
I will... Let me take the journal to the lady of the keep. That way she knows what's going on and we don't just look like we went in there to murder her.
That's good thinking, Hideo.
And so I'm gonna go snitch.
Okay, you can go snitch, no problem.
Wait, do we wanna snitch now? We might be able to convince her out of it with the threat of snitching.
Yeah, even then it's better that I not be in there because I've got the journal and we don't want to possibly lose that.
Oh, do you want to hide below the floorboards again? So you can fuck off if you have the chance?
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll keep myself nearby, but I am still going to inform all of you that I'm gonna go talk to her real quick.
Okay.
So you begin heading out, and you're gonna go onto the floorboards?
Yep.
All right. So then, moving back inside, you all enter a quiet, empty room.
Oh, that's not good.
The night breeze blows in the window.
Oh.
However, you would consider for a moment, perhaps there would be some form of noise outside or something, maybe movement. So, as you consider going to the window to check, something rings out, and you feel your heart sink for just a moment as the sound of a shamisen rings across the walls.